We're going to go down under. Andrew on the line from Melbourne, Australia. Am I saying it right? Melbourne?
You're saying Melbourne right, but I'm actually in Charters Towers.
Ah, where?
Close. Charters Towers.
Charters Towers.
Charters Towers, as we would say.
and by the way, I love your kitchen, man. If I could have one of them coffee makers in my kitchen, I would too.
Mate, it's all yours.
Ah, that is. Are you working a restaurant?
Yeah, I bought a cafe a year ago, so this is my little baby.
Lovely.
Nice.
How fun is that? What's the name of it?
Pepper's Cafe and Catering.
Pepper's Cafe and Catering in Charterstown. Next time I am down your way, I'm stopping by for a cup of joe.
Great.
Now, what can we do for you?
I had this crazy idea that I'd like to do a pop-up makerspace in the cafe, and I've got no idea how to get it going. I've got a bit of a geeky background, so I've got a bit of knowledge, but just need a bit of direction and guidance.
I love you, Andrew. That is such a great idea. And this guy has his own makerspace in Benicia.
Yeah.
Did you start it?
I did, yeah. I'm one of the founders. I'm also the president, so.
So you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're a small town. Benicia only has, 25,000 people, and we're able to support, a full-time makerspace. We just opened last July, and we've got over 40 members now, so we're growing. And we've got tons of tools, 3D printers, CNC machines, lots of software and things like that. So it's definitely possible. Definitely possible.
So where does he start?
So the first thing is find a group of people that you can tap into. So when we first started, it was just two of us. We didn't know what to do, but we very quickly started spreading the word, and people jumped on board and said, yeah, that sounds great. I really want to get involved. So get a good community, get some people that you know. It'd be great if you could get an accountant, but it sounds like you probably already have that if you have your own cafe. I don't know.
Doing the books is not easy.
Doing the books is not easy. Starting in the U.S. here, we have to start a corporation, and then we have to become a nonprofit. So we're a 501c3, but we had no idea how to do that at the beginning. It's like, well, we know we want to be a 501c3. How do you do it? So we found an accountant. He said, oh, I can help you with that.
You do that to protect yourself from liability?
It's a little bit of both. It's liability, but it's also, none of us get paid, right? We have an all-volunteer board. We want it to be a community effort. But also, here's the other thing that I would point out is to get donations. A lot of people are more willing to give you donations if they can get a tax benefit. So one of the things you can do is, if you're a 501c3, is you can take someone that has an old table saw or an old piece of equipment, and they don't need it anymore. They want to sell it, but it might be more advantageous to them to get a tax benefit. So they can donate that and then claim it's worth whatever, $250, let's say. They get to write that off. Perfect. So that's a really good way to go, at least here in the States. But community is number one. First, find community. Second, talk to community leaders. So we went out to our mayor, who was very supportive in Benicia, and she helped us get started. She actually turned us on to a grant opportunity that was available through the town, and that's where we got our startup funding to make the Makerspace happen. So it's very important to talk to leaders, not only in local government, but also in the local school system. At least here in the U.S., our schools are being tasked to go out and develop science and technology programs this next year. And so a lot of them are saying one of the ways they can accomplish the goals that the government has set for them is to open a makerspace even in their own school. But what you might find is that school leaders are willing to work with you and perhaps provide funding as well to start an after-school program in the cafe. Maybe there's kids that could come in and they could do 3D printing. I know in our space we do something called Printcraft, where kids can come in and use Minecraft, and what they design in Minecraft you can then take and print out on a 3D printer. So they get to take home whatever it is that they've created.
And that's a great way to get, if you just did that, people be coming to the coffee shop just to do that.
Just to do that.
And that's a good way to bootstrap it, right?
Absolutely.
Start with a small project that people really love and grow from there.
And that was my last point. It's such a great point. Start with what you can do and then go from there. So what we did, we didn't have a space, we didn't have any funding. All we had was a group of people saying, we want our community to have this opportunity. So what we did was we actually said, well, what can we do? Well, we could probably use the community center and just start doing workshops on topics that are interesting to us. So that's what we did. We did one on 3D printing. We did one on gardening. We did a gardening workshop.
Oh, that's cool.
We did all kinds of stuff. And that got, again, more interest. The town got involved. They saw what we were doing and they said, yeah, we want to do this. And I'll tell you why it's interesting for local towns is because that means more business for the town and more startup businesses that may choose to locate in the town. So if you position it in that way, the local towns folks should be really interested. If you talk about education, the local educators and schools should be really interested. And that should get you up and going.
What do people in Queensland do in that maker area? Is there something, Andrew, that would get people excited in your neck of the woods?
Oh, there's a few people doing bits and pieces. There's a local mechanic that's got a van kitted out so you can actually fly remote control choppers from inside of it, like inside of a cockpit.
Love that.
So there's a few people that are pretty interested in doing things. So
drones are hot.
Yeah, drones. We had Padre come over to our Makerspace, and he brought 6 or 8 drones that people could. I mean, it was fantastic.
Nice. Yeah, drone workshop.
Oh man,
that'd be a good way to start.
Yeah.
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 I used to hang out at coffee shops that had chess clubs.
Yeah.
It's the same idea, right? And once you get a group of people who are interested and they come every Tuesday night and they play chess, by the way, good for business.
Absolutely.
It's good for community. I think this is a great idea, Andrew. I strongly encourage you to get started.
I've heard of board game cafes. I've never heard of a maker cafe.
Same thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah, this is exciting.
Now, how do you finance this? Because this could be, I mean, how much is the gear worth in your makerspace? It must be a lot.
It is, and we've done very well. You can look at that Craigslist. You can look at things like Nextdoor. Reach out to your local neighbors. I mean, we had a lady that was remodeling her kitchen. We said, hey, we need some new cabinets, right? I mean, those are expensive if you have to go out and buy them new. But this is a makerspace. You're like, hey, give us your upper cabinets. We'll put them on the wall. That gives us more storage. So that's exactly what we did. And we've done that twice now. We've had people donate, like I said, woodworking equipment. Look for companies that are going out of business. You can get great tools and equipment from companies that are willing to sell to a surplus vendor. And if you approach them and say, hey, here's a tax write-off instead, a lot of times they'll jump on it.
Another reason to get the nonprofit status.
Absolutely. And even if they don't jump on it, you can say, hey, if we give you or we match what this guy's going to buy the stuff for, will you give it to us? And since it's for a good cause, they'll say absolutely.
I would bet that the town council in Charterstown is interested in this kind of thing. This is good for community,
think so too.
Right?
It's absolutely good for community.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to talk to you. Andrew, you're going to do it?
Mate, absolutely. I'm about to flick the switch on the Python programming Minecraft server for the cafe. So
nice.
Oh my God, that's awesome! You rock. You're going to get people in there. That's great.
Yeah, and check out PrinterBot too. PrintRBot. Yep.
Yeah, because then, so they do the Minecraft thing, right? They build their pyramid, their rainbow, or whatever, and you could say, and if you want to print it out, we got the software
so you can
to
use
do
PrinterBot,
that.
and you can use the software. It's called Printcraft. So if you go online and just do a search for Printcraft, you can download it. They make a special bundle available for teachers, and you can use that in the Makerspace, and just run it like a regular Minecraft server. And it's all automated. Kids come up, they build their thing, they go over to a button and hit print, and they're off and running.
Isn't that neat?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Andrew, thank you for calling. What a great question. Perfect timing, too, because we got the guy here.
I definitely thank you very much. Absolutely inspirational, and looking forward to showing you what we've done down the track.
Beatmaster in our chat room.
And if you need help, give us a shout out. I love to help Makerspaces get started.
How can he get a hold of you?
Google Plus is probably the best way because everything there is public. So go to my profile on Google Plus, and you can shoot me a message, and I'll reply.
Nice.
Yep.
Beatmaster in our chat room says, Minecraft and Java, a match made in 8-bit heaven. I love it. Hey, thanks, Andrew.
Thanks very much.
That's great. Take care.